Now we're going to do some exam style questions. So for this question here, we've got a table that's showing the rainfall data for each season in 2023. And this question has already given us the seasonal indices, so we don't have to actually calculate these manually. We've just been given them and they've done the hard work for us. So what we do have to do is we've got to deseasonalize the data to identify the season with the highest seasonally adjusted rainfall. The word seasonally adjusted is the same as deseasonalized. So to deseasonalize the data, we've just got to do the actual figure divided by the seasonal index. For autumn, it's just going to be 130 divided 0.92, and then we're going to repeat that for every season. And we can clearly see that winter has the highest seasonally adjusted rainfall. So next question, we've got some data and it looks like we've got to find values for X and Y, and it's probably easiest to start with Y first. So all seasonal indices must add to 4. So therefore we can easily find Y by just doing 4, take away everything else, which ends up being 0.8. So now to find X. So if we look at these two seasonal indices for Q1 and Q2, we can see they're pretty close together, right? We've got 1 and we've got 0.5. So that means that the sales data above should also be close together. So therefore, I would say that X is going to be approximately 152. It's probably not going to be 122. So therefore, option C is the correct answer for this question. For this question here, we've got a table showing a swimwear company's seasonally adjusted swimsuit sales. So because it's seasonally adjusted, that means these values are de-seasonalized. And the question says at the bottom, we need to determine the actual swimsuit sales for autumn. So that means we're going to have to re-seasonalize, and that's still using this same formula here, but we're just going to rearrange this formula to make the actual figure the subject. And then this is the formula we're going to use to re-seasonalize. In order to re-seasonalize, we need the seasonal index of autumn. To find that, we're just going to do 4 minus the 3 values that we've been given for spring, summer, and winter, and that ends up being 0.85. Now, to figure out the actual sales, the actual figure, we're just going to do the seasonally adjusted value, which is 36.4, times by 0.85, which is 30.94. But we've just got to be careful because it says the sales data is in thousands. Now we've just got to times this by 1,000 to convert it to the actual swimsuit sales. Once we do that, we get 30940, which is our final answer.